What's going on, guys? My name is Triforce Addiction. Welcome back to another Blueprint episode of Call of Duty Mobile. So today we are going to be talking about another Battle Pass weapon. I believe this is the one that you unlock the moment you buy the Premium Battle Pass, which is the M4 Prince of Time. So I did consider making this video for a while now, well, throughout this entire week, because it kind of made me look at blueprints in a different way now. And it's something that I've been noticing after so long now. So we all know there's a lot of different types of blueprints in this game. There are some that just are simple animated skins that are added on the base gun. There are also some that completely change the structure of the weapon, like with the iron sight and just the overall shape. And there are some that only have the skins applied to certain attachments. The latter is something I wasn't really approving of. I would think that if you're going to change the entire structure of the gun, it shouldn't, change if you change the attachment. So yes, some of these guns do have skins that apply only to certain attachments. So let's say you have a marksman barrel that looks different from like the regular version of it. If you do change it, the more attachments that you change away from the blueprint's original build, the more normal the gun is going to go back to. This is something that's very common in Call of Duty, well, at least in the console versions, where, if you change your attachments, it's going to look a lot less like the blueprint that you originally bought. And yeah, and Vanguard, especially with all the master crafts, if you change anything, yeah, it's going to go back to how it kind of looked like originally, just the original gun. Of course, in that one, you can't really reverse it. There's no default mode that just puts all the attachments together while you're using different attachments, if that makes any sense. But in this game, this is the only one that actually allows you to do that. If anything, it kind of amazes me that they haven't come up with a default mode yet for any of the blueprints on those games. But I guess sometimes they do this in this game because they want to make the weapon still be the original with just a lot of decorations on it. This is not really something that's barely happening. It's been happening for a very long time. I think one of the first ones that I could think of is probably the ICR Hot Heat. You see how the barrel and the magazine are completely different if you do use that skin, or if any of you guys have it in your possession. But of course it changes if you change an attachment to something else. It wasn't until they added the default mode where that wasn't really a problem anymore, because yes, your gun would look pretty ugly back then, but now you could just maintain that form by just using anything you want. And looking back, I think it's actually a good idea that they do that now. I don't know if it saves time, but it definitely works, especially if you're just adding stuff to just the regular gun. And with the M4 specifically, the iron sight, I would say it's probably one of the best of any assault rifle right now. I mean, there are good ones out there, but I would say this is probably one of the top iron sights, well, base iron sights for a gun. And sometimes they change it so much to the point where the gun's almost unrecognizable, unless you change the attachments, of course. So as for the theme of the weapon, I actually don't know what it is. I'm not sure if it's like a Middle Eastern or a Western thing. It's really, really hard to tell, but it does have a gilded magazine. It looks pretty cool, especially with the stock. And if you put ether crystal on it, it looks absolutely amazing. There's not really much for me to say because, again, like I said, I don't know the theme, but it looks awesome. It looks pretty good. As for the Ranger barrel, it does have a wooden design on it, which looks pretty cool. Of course, like I said, if you change it, it's just going to go back to normal. So that's why I recommend using default, because you just want to use the weapon at its best, or at least the skin at its best. But to have that little tool thing on the side and, the stock being so decorated and just everything else, like the chains, it looks amazing. And the fact that they put it on the base weapon looks even better. So now, before we end off the video, we do have the class setup, of course: OWC Marksman, no stock, OWC Laser Tactical, 50 round extended, as well as the rubberized grip tape. So that's the class setup for you guys. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hopefully this influences you to buy the Battle Pass. But yeah, like I said, in order to unlock it, all you need to do is just buy the Premium Battle Pass. I think you get it straight away. Or unless you have to go like within a few tiers. But even then, I'm sure most of you guys are already past tier 10. So yeah, anyways, I'll see you guys next time.